Hello everyone, welcome to my overview on Drongo, and I'm just going to go over a couple of things that I like about him and what I would like to see in Paragon. So starting off on him is his abilities, and of course his left shot is pistol shot. It's just a normal left click basic attack. Now you might notice his basic attack is a little bit lower than all the rest of them, so it's starting at 55 instead of a little bit higher, and I'll go through those at the end of the video. Now his old and rusty, his right click is his boomerang. He throws out a boomerang and returns back to him. Now this boomerang does damage going forward and does damage coming back, so it hits him both ways on both setups. This means that you can do a double slow, giving a quick slow from 1.5 seconds for 175 and another 175, allowing you to either chase down enemies or trying to initiate a fight for another person to gank or to run away. So old and rusty can either secure kills or also help you get away from being killed. Now his Q is Gag Grenade. This is a silence AoE field. It makes a nice little circle, and inside that circle that circle is created for 3 seconds, and anybody inside the circle is silenced for 3 seconds, allowing you to either stick around and fight or try to escape, making sure that anybody running into that gag grenade will not be able to follow up with a skill that would or more or less hurt you or your team. So using this essentially is ideal in a specific situations. Don't just throw this randomly because it does cost a lot of mana, and he does not have a lot of mana to waste on just random silences. So use this correctly in good situations. So pay attention to your surroundings and figure out when you should use it and when you should not. For instance, if there's a Countess on the other team, you might not want to use Gag Grenade until you see Countess coming at you or a teammate, to ensure that when she Qs in, that you're able to silence her out of her ulti or stop her from E'ing you. Most Countesses do Q in. If they don't do that, use it to get away with a Q and an R to get out of the range of the fight. Now your rad rounds is your damage. Now with these, with your rad rounds, you have to hit your target. If you miss your target, then you're gonna miss your damage, and you're gonna lose out on a ton of extra damage, especially for Drongo, as his damage comes from 100% from his radiation rounds. So in this case, you have 10 seconds to use all 3 bullets. As you level up rad rounds to get more and more bullets, I think it gets up to 5 bullets total. It's either 5 or 6 bullets. I don't know off the top of my head for level 4, but I know on level 1 you start with E3, and level 2 you have 4, and so forth and so on. And it gets higher and higher damage as you put more and more stacks in them. So now if you only hit them with 1 or 2, it does partial damage and less damage for each stack. So more stacks you have, higher overall damage. This means that when you're finishing off somebody or your team's following up, you're able to unload 3 rounds into somebody. You're going to guarantee 3, 4, 5 rounds into them. You're going to do tons of basic damage, and you don't have to chase. You can say, okay, I hit him with a rad round, he's already dead. He's going to die in the next 2 seconds because it's going to burst and it's going to hit him. So that's where your damage really comes into play, but you have to be aware that it has a long cooldown, and it does not go on cooldown until you use all of the bullets up or the 10 seconds has passed. So be aware of that. You don't want to be jumping into a fight and you just wasted your rad rounds, you just missed everything. You're not going to be useful. You will not be useful in that fight. His shrapnel cannon, his ulti, gives him the ability to jump in a fight if he has to, but also knock himself backwards. So if I'm on a hill or if I'm in the fight and I need to get out of a range of a Grux or somebody coming at me, this gives me the ability to either do one or the other. I can pick and choose exactly how I need to use it, and the ability is just too good, because whatever I'm aiming at is going to knock me the opposite direction, and I can kind of pick and choose which way I want to go and hope for the best. And the fact that he can do that with this skill is just beautiful on him, and it shreds armor, which helps your teammates. So if they cluster, if the other enemy team is clustering on somebody, and you can just jump in with this ulti to lower their armor down with ability damage and drop a silence grenade in there, you're more than doing your part of your share of the work as a carry, but also as a utility player. So that's why I love Drongo and his kit. His abilities have great combinations with your teammates. His ability to get in a fight, get out of fight, and assist your teammates from escaping or chasing is just no other characters on par with that at this point. So I really enjoy his kit. I really hope to see Paragon step up and update other carries to be similar and more complex to play, but also giving him a nice new unique kit just like Drongo. So if you enjoy playing Paragon, if you enjoy playing Drongo, be sure to leave a comment, be sure to subscribe, and like always, take it easy.